Backstage at March Badness with Lumumba Sayers. He was out here cornering Josette Cotton. So we got a combat sports vet of what, over 200 fights you said?
Nah, I'm 134 fights.
134 fights?
Yes, sir.
How do you rack up 134 fights?
Man, years of fighting. I've been fighting for about 24 years since I've been in the game.
What drew you towards combat sports, towards getting in the fight game?
I was raised fighting, you know what I mean, like wrestling. My dad used to be in the AWA, American Wrestling Association. That's before the WWE and the WWF, all that stuff. My dad is one of the guys who body slammed Jerry Blackwell back in the day when it was real, when they used to hit each other with chairs for real.
Talking about the territory days.
Right. Yeah.
And that was your introduction?
Well, yeah, my dad. I got 5 brothers, so we all used to just get in there and wrestle, fight all the time. And as I got older, I pursued a wrestling career in high school. Then when I went to college over at CSU, I started fighting in the Toughman contest for Sugar Shane Sports. So I went 56-0 Toughman boxer. I was fighting like 10 to 15 times in one night. So I'm a 7-time Toughman champion as well.
Do you look back at that and think it was insane to do that, to fight that many times in one night?
Man, I had to pay the bills. You know what I mean? I had to pay the bills, and plus I was hungry for, man, I just loved to fight. It was like second nature.
So from Toughman, where did you go from there?
So from Toughman, I crossed over and had an amateur career. And I went 24-0 as an amateur boxer up underneath a guy by the name of Muggsy. And then actually I fought for Muggsy, and I used to actually fight for the Brotherhood with Leroy and CC Miller. So I went 24-0 as an amateur boxer, and then I went and became a pro boxer under DeVeral Williams, and that's how I racked up the 32 wins with DeVeral Williams and Muggsy and Chris Green helping me train and all that stuff. I racked up a bunch of wins. Then I started getting them headaches, and I could be driving and I'd forget where I was at. So I took some time off, let my head heal, because in the ring you never take a lot of damage just to practice. From sparring with guys who are bigger than you, you get hurt and practice a lot. I crossed over from, after I took a year off from boxing, let my brain heal and everything. Patrick Smith, he's actually my kid's uncle. He actually introduced me to a guy by the name of Keith Smeltzer, who got me into the mixed martial arts side of things. And man, it took off from there. I went 4-0. And on my on my 5th match, I fought Brandon Vincent, and I knocked Brandon Vincent out in 11 seconds, and I won my first amateur MMA title. Then my next fight, I fought Chino Montoya. I ended up breaking my ribs in the middle of the fight, and he won that one. We came back, we fought a second time. We both got disqualified. They said it was the dirtiest fight of 2008. He ended up biting me, and I ended up poking him in his eye, making him to let my finger go. So we both ended up getting disqualified for that fight. I fought Drew Dober, who's in the UFC, and I cut 22 pounds in 6 hours. Got in there, and he hit me. I took it, I went after him, I held my breath, passed out, tore the bands in my fingers, came back. After that loss, I came back, and man, I just started killing everybody, you know what I mean? But my fight with Chino, one of the fights I had with Chino, when I got my jaw broke the very first fight, I decided that, man, they was gonna have to kill me to bring me out the cage. So when I used to go fight, man, I was going to fight. It wasn't no holding back, I was going to fight.
I remember my first introduction was seeing you in Strikeforce, a crazy knockout, just blasting the guy who's trying to take you down. Has that always been your kind of mentality, all or nothing?
Yeah, man, just throw it up, give it all on the line. You know what I mean? Man, I don't like to go to the judges' scorecards. Either I'm gonna take you out now, or you got to take me out. That was it. You know what I mean? So I fought some pretty big names. I fought Derek Brunson, Anthony Smith, who just fought John Jones. Derek Brunson fought Adesanya. Let me see. I fought Tommy Spear. We fought Anthony Johnson. I fought Scott Smith. Who else did I fight? You see, Derek Brunson, Anthony Smith, Scott Smith, and Antoine Britt. So
how much fun is it to look back on those memories, the career that you had?
Man, it's amazing. Like, I was able to meet a lot of people, meet a lot of lifetime friends, and just, man, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Like, it was a great experience, and I'm actually meeting a lot of people here on this next journey with coaching people and training them and getting them out of town and showing them the ropes of how this combat sport works.
As you were there in the process of your career, did you envision that this would be the next step, or did it surprise you that you jumped into this coaching role?
Nah, because I actually run a community center in a gym back in Denver, and it's called the Heavy Hands, Heavy Heart Center. And I have a foundation, the Heavy Hands, Heavy Hearts Foundation, and what we do is we bring in inner city kids and adults who are having problems in their life, and we teach them basic instructions through mixed martial arts, boxing, self-love. Like, we teach a lot of discipline stuff in there to teach them how to love themselves. And right now, the movement that we got going on out there is called Gloves Up, Guns Down, because there was a lot of youth violence in Denver and Aurora. So with the Gloves Up, Guns Down, Get Your Heads Up in the Hood movement, it's kind of stopped all the violence of the youth down there. We had like 5 shootings in Aurora within 2 or 3 weeks. So, you know, this movement that we've been doing has been bringing rival gang members together, people who have beef in the streets, teens, and it's been stopping the violence. They've been able to get in the same place, and the respect that they have for me and the people who are putting it on, it's been able to stop a lot of violence that's going on in Colorado.
How long has it been that you really wanted to be active within your community and be such a positive light?
Well, since my dad is one of the people who started the Martin Luther King March in Colorado. So my dad and a couple of my cousins, a group called the Umoja, they actually put on the first parade in Colorado. So I've always been involved in it. So it was bred into me just like fighting was bred into me by my dad. But as I got older, it was just part of me. This just, you know, they say if you train up a child, when they get older, they will not depart from those ways. So my dad trained me to be the man who I am right now, you know. So I've always been active in the community, and I think I've been more or less doing it on my own since about 2005, where I've been taking guys that were in the community, taking them to the park, training them, getting them right with the boxing and all that stuff, getting them shaped, getting them to feel like they were good at something and that they can make it another way in life besides just out here doing crazy stuff.
How important is that part of the process, giving them that confidence, that self-worth?
Well, you know, if you don't have confidence in yourself, then you won't have confidence in anything that you do. So you have to believe that you can do anything and that you put your mind to. So I teach them that if I can teach you these combos, if I can get you to listen to me and follow these basic instructions and get this stuff right, all you have to do is follow the basic instructions of life in order to be successful at whatever process that you have to go to get your money or get to the next level that you have to get to. So.
And it seems like you've always been this driven, this goal-oriented and focused?
Man, anything I put my mind to, I do it. My name is Lumumba Sayers Sayers. Lumumba means gifted, Nantamba means man of destiny. So whatever I set my mind on as my destiny, that's what I'm gonna make it to.
And now, right now, where are your focuses and what's the goals that you have in this part of your career and what you're doing?
So my focus is God and getting these people that I train and my students and everybody around my community and just in the world period to understand that, man, you can make it. Like, you can make it and you don't have to make it and stay away from everybody. Like, a lot of people learn how to become successful and then they want to keep it a secret. See, me, I'm like, come on, let me show you this. I'm gonna teach you how to go and do what I did. Now, if you don't do what I do, at least take the recipe that I'm using and use it towards your goals in order to make it to the next level of what you got to get to. You have to get up earlier than everybody. You don't have to go to sleep after everybody goes to sleep. You're gonna have to be tired when you go to work the next day, but you have to want it. You know what I mean? So my motto is you gotta want it in order to become successful. And I just want everybody around me to be able to be successful. I feel like if I'm out here and I'm making money and I'm eating real good and my homies is like starving, or the people around me is starving, like what kind of person am I to let the people around me starve?
And how does being a fighter, going through those adversities, helped you be able to persevere?
So being a fighter and going through the different adversities, it just showed me that, hey man, you got to keep fighting. You always are gonna be in a fight regardless of what you do. I look at everything as a fight. Like I gotta fight my way through this thing. You know what I mean? Like regardless of what, there's a recipe that I gotta do. I gotta have the right footwork, so I gotta have the right plan to make it through this thing. Like fighting is hard work, and it's not easy. And a lot of situations in life aren't easy, but if you can make it through a fight, you can make it through anything. So,
Lumumba Sayers, it was great getting to talk to you, sir. I mean, truly awesome.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking the time out to have an interview for me. You know what I mean? Hey, man, keep God first and, you know, stay focused, work hard, don't give up. Remember to have integrity, which is doing the right thing when no one's looking. And remember to do it now because there's no opportunities to be wasted. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, hey, I appreciate you and thank you.